Hey everyone, it is Carrie from My Friends Call Me Martha. Yes, after Martha Stewart. Started out as a joke and it just kind of stuck. I didn't want to call my business like Carrie's Crafting or something like that. So it actually is a good opportunity at craft events when they see my sign, My Friends Call Me Martha, and they'll say, "Hey Martha," and I'm like, "Oh no, that's not my name," but you know, so it provides me a way to have a conversation with people at the end of the day. Anyways, so I'm here today and I am going to be making this card, but I'm going to add a little more fanciness to it. I'm using the Peaceful Cabin Suite from the new mini catalog. And I will be honest, at first I was not super excited about this bundle. But then I saw that the papers had foil in them and I was like, I have to have them. So with the suites, it's great because they lump all the products together in one click of a button. So for $99, you get everything that is on this page. So that is the stamp set with the dies, snowy white velvet paper, the timber embossing folder, which is great. It's perfect for manly cards, but again, I've used it a lot in some of the other cards I've done recently. It has this subtle shimmer sequins, which are super pretty, the white glittered organdy ribbon, and then this beautiful paper. So I love the suites because it's just kind of like everything you need to make beautiful cards all in one. So that is the stamp set. And again, this kind of isn't something that I would normally be drawn to, but I really struggle with making cards for men. So I'm really, this year, that is kind of my goal, is to make some good cards for men. I think it's because I need to keep them simple and I always want to add sparkle. I just don't know what it is. I love to add ribbon, bows, sparkle. So I'm going to show you the designer series paper. There's 2 of each designs and they are front and back, which, as you know, lots of times it's hard to decide which one to use. Now this one, if you're a scrapbooker, is perfect. The little snowflakes, I know it may be hard to see in the video, but they are foiled, but it's beautiful. And then the back side is this, which again would be great any time of year for any kind of I feel like masculine cards will be great with that one. Again, these ones, they're trees, but like it's kind of hard to tell that if you just maybe saw it without being next to other papers with trees. This one again, there's little foiling on each of the trees. The snowflake one, which is what I'm using today, and sadly, the back side of it is the buffalo check plaid. Isn't that awesome? Yep. Hard to decide which layer to use. Then this one is just kind of like the timber folder, but it is the foiling. And you got some basic trees, which is, you know, again, great. This one, again, doesn't need to be a holiday card, can work for anything. I'm even thinking like a 50th or 60th birthday party or anniversary. This side here, the cabins, not super excited about that side of the sheet, so I will definitely be using all of it from that side. And then this one is great because you can do this as your card front. So I would cut this piece of paper in half, and then I would cut them at, I would do like 5 1/4 by 4, and I would leave yourself this white area because you will be able to add the sentiment will actually fit there. And there's 2 sentiments that are great. Actually, there's more than 2. Can't even read tonight. May you enjoy the peace of this beautiful season, and then your kindness makes the world more beautiful. Makes the world a more beautiful place to be. Yep, I should probably go back to bed. I actually missed getting Braden off the bus. Thankfully, his bus does another swoop by our street going the other way, and I was able to grab him then. The paper that I referred to said 3:53, so I was like, all right, I'm going out at 3:40 because I know he comes before 3:53 because I remember that, but nope, it's 3:30 I need to go out there. And then this is also the foil paper, which you get 2 of each sheet. I just happen to have half of a pack that was given to me as part of the retreat that I did. And you can see the 3 different colors. This one kind of has some, it's like darkish gray, but it almost has a purple hue to it. The middle layer I definitely think has purple, and then it's a basic silver. So this is what I'm using today to make the card, as I said. So that's kind of, and then I'm going to spruce this up a little bit. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Started with my 8.5 by 5.5 sheet of paper, scored at 4 1/4. And then I like to take my bone folder and get a nice crease. And then the black layer is going to go on. And if anybody needs dimensions for this, I have those written down. So the black layer is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I swear, I struggle with this Stampin' Steel sometimes. And you just kind of want to center that layer on here. Yeah, just making sure that's the way my card opens. And I'm going to commit to using the snowflake. I love it. It's got that little bit of sparkle. I need a new blade on my trimmer. Yeah, so if any of my... Oh, I cut that too big. What did I do? Hold on one second. I gotta trim this. Don't stick to the... One great thing about this Stampin' Steel is it's a little bit forgiving initially. It doesn't set right away, so you have a little bit of time if you need to move your layer. I don't know, I messed that up. This layer was supposed to be 3 3/4 by 5. I think I did 4. Okay. And then I do like to stamp on a foam mat. Some people don't. I definitely do. And then I'm using Basic Gray and Smoky Slate. Again, you could use black. I'm using the Smoky Slate for my trees. And on the other card I did, I actually used Basic Gray, but I stamped it once here and then went to my white paper to make it a little bit lighter. So that is also a trick to do if you don't have a bunch of stamp ink pads. I happen to have most of the colors that we have with Stampin' Up. So I'm going to start with my trees. Sometimes when it's a bigger image, I like to pat my stamp pad that way. And then this one, it really doesn't matter where, actually it doesn't matter where because I'm going to end up cutting them and separating them. Okay, putting that away. And I am going to close up my ink pad because the dog was down here earlier and she left her ball on the table for me, and her ball and paws went into the ink pad. So you can imagine the mess that that created. But she's so cute, isn't she? So we have to forgive her. I'm using the Cabin. Like I said, you could use black, or I'm using Basic Gray. Closing up my ink pad right away. It's driving me nuts. It's got a little indent. I don't know how that happened. All right, and I'm going to do my Cabin kind of in the middle, just a little bit down from the top. And I realized that I am like probably, am I hoping I'm all the way on the camera? But these stamp sets, you can just see like they have so much detail. Like it's kind of crazy. And like when I compare my like cards that I made, like when I first started, I didn't have a die cut machine. I don't even know that they had a die cut machine, to be honest with you. I don't think they did. Embossing folders were kind of like the big thing that first came out, you know, to give us an embossing folder just adds texture to paper. Actually, here's the timber one. So I love to emboss my layers of paper. I just think it adds so much. Actually, it was somebody posted a birthday card that they did, and they were making it for somebody who was blind. So she actually used a piercing mat like this and figured out what the braille was for happy birthday And then she used one of our 3D embossing folders. So it really gave the card some nice texture for the person who was receiving it. And I just thought that was so cool. It would be really cool if they came out with dies that, or something that would, maybe even embossing folders that would do it in Braille. Maybe I'm on to something with that. My God, I'm always looking for a way to like make it rich. Make myself rich. See, again, I can't talk tonight. I'm so tired. I think my mom's here. She said she was dropping off pancake batter. I don't know. She's like, I made too much for myself, so sure, we'll take your leftovers. All right, so now I'm just gonna run these through the machine. Just bear with me 2 seconds. We are doing a craft class on Sunday. If anybody is local to me, and I am in Rainham, Massachusetts. We are like in between like Boston and Cape Cod, which is really kind of a nice area to be. It's like we can be in Boston in 30 minutes, well, if there's no traffic. We could be in Plymouth in 30 minutes, down the Cape in 30 minutes, in Providence in about 30 minutes, again, if there was no major traffic, which there tends to be a lot of traffic during certain hours. All right, so you can see the die. This is just washi tape that I use to kind of hold it in place. I just find that that works when I'm trying to keep something. And then this, we are actually going to separate the trees, which that was a cool trick. Something I like wouldn't have thought of. I always like, I'm like, oh, I got to keep them together, but nope. And then here, of course, my mother's going to call my name. And then I'm just going to cut this. It doesn't go all the way apart, so I just am going to kind of match it up. God, I make such a mess when I craft. Okay, and then I did run these all the way through the dark foil paper to get some pretty trees. And so you kind of have to lay this out before you commit to glue, because you want to make sure that I kind of like going up a little bit off that layer. And this one, I totally think I'm gonna do something kind of like that. Yes. Nope, I gotta go a little bit further down. Okay. So I'm gonna put these down first. Just make sure I got that right again. I know I'm being like super, I don't want to say anal, but I really kind of am. And as some of you know, my husband was away for 18 days. Not that I counted or anything, but my gosh. I knew when he started this new job he was going to have to travel, but I don't know. I guess in my head I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But it's rough. Especially now, like I go into work for 9 so that I can put the kids on the bus. But then I have to cover night meetings in exchange for that. So sometimes I get home from work at like 5:30, and then I have to do a meeting at 7, and it really doesn't give a lot of time to do like homework, pack the snack bag for the next day, like all those like little things. Okay, and then this is super cute. It's like a little, oh, you don't want it to fall in your ink pad like that. Goodness gracious. He's supposed to stick to the ink pad. It's a little coyote. Super cute. Have him walking through the snow. Okay, great. And my sentiment came out nice and straight. Doesn't always happen. We're going to put this on with dimensionals. I got some right here. So dimensionals just, you know, make your card stick up off the paper, which is nice. Again, all these little things just kind of make your cards that much better. So anyways, I'm happy to have my husband home. He got 80 hours of overtime in the 18 days, so he was working crazy, but I still call it vacation for him because I'm like, you only have to worry about yourself. At home, you got to worry about like the children. They need to eat. Now that the pool is closed, they like literally have to take showers and stuff. All right, I got to cut this off because it sticks out a little bit. So again, doesn't look as pretty underneath, so. And I think I'm gonna have a little bit of that snowflake come through the bottom. Okay, then we're gonna add with liquid glue these little foil trees. Love that. Oh my goodness. So pretty. And I think this other foil one, I'm just going to kind of stick on the end over here. I didn't really put any glue under that, but that's okay. All right, now we're going to do some of our little sequins. Okay, that's perfect actually. So, gotta be super careful with your glue. If you're worried that it's going to come out as like a big blob, kind of like test it somewhere else other than like right over your card. So I'm going to do 3 little dots, which I think I did a little too much. Let's see if I can pull some off. Dries clear, thankfully. Well, let's just stick them on. All right, this little take, I don't know what it's called, pick tool. Again, if somebody really wants to know, definitely just message me. It's like the greatest thing. Like this end has a point and then the other side is putty. And then this has clay, which you can get refills for it. But it's awesome when you gotta place these little tiny things. So there's all different colors in my mix here. I kind of, oh, that one. Oh, those are pretty. Let's do one of those. Come on, stick. And then we'll do another sequence over here. So what do you guys think? Isn't it like super pretty? Again, you know me, I love color. Pretty colors. So there's part of me that thinks I may change the basic gray layer to something else. Like in the catalog they did the probably like Pear Pizzazz. Might be this one. Just something that's a little more cheery. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, loving this. And then inside, if you want, I think I'm gonna do just like the little tops of my tree. Hopefully I do this right. Let's kind of think about this. I need a scrap piece of paper. So whenever you're going to kind of stamp off, it's always good to kind of put a little something underneath just in case. So kind of cute, right? Just to add the little trees. And I might add like a strip of the paper, maybe the plaid, I don't know. So anyways, there's my card. 20 minutes, not bad. All right, guys, thanks for watching.